When I left my home in Montana, it was out of fear for my life. People that love you, like truly love and care about you, wouldn't threaten your life with violence or guns, in my case. You ever have a conversation with somebody you're dating and talk about, maybe this relationship isn't the right relationship for me, and then have that person lose their fucking mind? Yeah, that happened. Like, I think back, and think about all of it, and it's like, what the fuck was I thinking? And I get like super critical and upset with myself. It's like, how would I, allow myself to be in such a horrible situation? But the ability that some people have to manipulate others is just fucking insane. To control people, like massage their brain and their mind to get them to do whatever they want. Yeah. It feels stupid. And then I ask myself, think back on it. There's reasons why, and it just, there's a bun. A little cottontail. And it just stems back from past relationships and the way I was raised, and clearly have had very little value or respect for myself as a human being, which is hard to see and admit. I just have to learn from it. But, to find out after the fact that this person, stalked my ex-husband and beat him up in a bar and nobody told me about it, and people were scared of him because he had these violent tendencies. And what the crazy thing was is that he's a member of the community, respected member of the community, and people have no idea who this person really is. And when he was threatened me the second time with the shotgun, and he left, I ended up calling the cops. I was terrified. I didn't know what was going to happen. And the cops went to his house, and it made it worse. It made him act crazier. And he was like, oh, you're going to do that? I can do the same thing to you. I'm going to tell them I'm worried about you and what you're going to be doing with your life, and that you're suicidal and have all these whatever he wanted to put into his head that he was, trying to use to control and manipulate me to get what he wanted. It was terrifying. It's terrifying. And to think somebody could just spend so much time and effort to continuously be a horrible, horrible person. And that I forgot what I was going to say. My phone was ringing. The threats, he was constantly emailing me and text messaging me after I blocked him. He attacked me with a group chat to try to humiliate me, and I guess in his attempts to save his reputation, for whatever that's worth, fucking dog shit. Telling me, oh, it's not like I can't find you. I know where your sister lives. It's not gonna stop me. I can find you anywhere at any time. You know how I am. And stuff like that just kept happening. And threats like that just kept happening. And he would passive aggressively make these comments in messages and send me pictures that he had taken of me to try to use them to control me to respond to him, and like I owed him something for leaving. And after I left, he continued to go up to my property, and he broke into my house. And when I went there to fix my plumbing, he left a fucking shrine on my coffee table. It was horrifying. And then I knew he was going to show up there when I was there. Luckily, I wasn't alone. And he fucking sent the evidence that he was there. My vehicle was there. So I was there. And he was up there fucking taking pictures and probably looking in the windows. Mind you, I live on 19 acres. I lived on 19 acres in the middle of nowhere. There's no reason or excuse for somebody to be wandering around up there at night, ever. He has no right to be up there. So that whole like situation and relationship just made me like think about everything I've been through, like why I'm making the choices and the decisions that I have been making. And ultimately, because of my trauma, I've lost everything. Everything. My family, my home, fucking my dignity, my career, I guess I didn't really lose my college education, but I can't use it now because, time has lapsed. It all just comes back to my stepdad. My earliest memory, horrible memory with him, was I think I was like 10 or 11 years old. And we, for the first time ever, which was crazy because we never do this, my mom was always in her room. Like, she was always behind a closed door. Like, we had to knock. If she didn't answer, we couldn't come in. I felt like we were always kind of just on our own. But for some reason, this night, we were going to have a family night and watch a movie. I couldn't tell you what movie it was. I don't really remember. It doesn't matter. But I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was on one end of the couch, and my stepdad was on the other end of the couch. I'm like shaking right now. It's hard. And I said it was 10. He was taking my feet and rubbing them on his crotch. And I remember just waking up horrified. Like, what do I do? And for some reason, my instinct was like, oh, if I like slide away slowly and quietly, he's not going to notice or say anything or whatever. I don't know, whatever my thinking was. I was just terrified and wanted it to stop. And I slinked away and kind of curled up on the ground and laid there in fear the rest of the night. And that was the point where I realized, I started noticing him hiding on the stairwell and like peeking through the wood slats to like watch us girls in our rooms changing. God knows what else he was doing then. I have no idea. But that was horrifying. And then to realize, why he moved us to Olympia, where he moved us so he could get us away from the protection of my grandfather, whom he hated for whatever reason. But once we left my hometown, things just progressively got worse and worse for everybody. And I already know at that point, for my mom, like, her mental health was like not in the best space. But the abuse continued, and we didn't have the sanctuary and the safety net of escaping to my grandfather's, who lived across the street. And the crazy thing is about all this is that my stepdad was my mom's stepbrother. Like, my grandfather was in a relationship with a woman for like 22 years, and they both, brought their kids into the relationship, and my mom ended up marrying one of them, those guys, whatever, however you want to explain that, I don't know. So that's weird. I feel like maybe it's not that weird, but just considering the whole like chain of events that's to follow after this. So I think that's where I'm gonna leave that today and work on focusing time and energy on processing, sharing this information, because this is extremely challenging and nerve-wracking, and yeah, you gotta sit with your emotions, man. Fucking sucks. Being human fucking sucks sometimes. But I guess if you're suffering and pain, you're alive. Who knows? Well, thanks for tuning in to my shenanigans, and have a great day. Talk again soon.